Hello friends, we're back again with another video for you. It's just been a fun week of videos. I've had fun on my lunch break bringing you ideas from the new catalog. We're going to hit the He's the Man suite again. You definitely want to get the whole suite, but this card I'm going to show you, I believe that it's made entirely with no stamping. But it's a little tricky on the way that you cut the designer paper, so that's why I wanted to bring that to your attention. Don't forget to fill out the door prize form every day. Let's see, the door prize for today are these butterflies. They'll look great. They'll look great on your spring and summer, I guess, spring? Is it still spring? Summer projects. And I'll announce who won yesterday's prizes at the end. Let me see. Let me show you what we've made so far. We've made a lot of cute cards. So make sure and scroll around and look at all the videos from this week. We've had just a blast. Hello, Kathy and Carol. Good to see you guys. But I wanted to come back to this suite again. It's so cool. Let me remind you, when you order $35 or more, you get the free make and takes from yesterday's Facebook Live, which was this, and this. Okay, so you'll get these 3 make and takes in the mail. If you spend $50 or more, you'll get new embellishments. So I've got those ready to ship. And like I said, fill out the door prize form. I will tell you the information about the product share. The link was broken until my friend Gail told me about it. So it is now fixed. If you are looking about the information about the designer paper and ribbon share that I'm doing, you want to go back and look at that again because it wasn't working. All right, let me get started on this card now. We're going to start with a neutral card base. Any color is fine. I chose Crumb Cake. And then I'm going to use a piece of this designer paper from the He's the Man suite. Now, let me just show you what happens. You've got this piece of designer paper. You could use it like that, but we want it to be extra cute. So we're going to take it, and we're going to put in our trimmer. And I just have to, mentally, think about it. I honestly just put these cards, in the same angle, and then I say, okay, I want the cut to go from about here to here. Okay, there's no magic as to where the cut is here or down here, but you are going from about this much down to the far corner here. Okay, so I'm gonna get my trimmer blade up top. I think that'll work better. And we're just gonna cut that paper. Now, what you can't do is you can't flip it you can flip it like that in this instance, but not in every instance. Maybe you can. Let me think about this. Let's see. Like this piece I cut. No. Anywho. My point is you sometimes have to use then this piece on another card. So it doesn't always, I guess it's the pattern of the designer paper may not work so that you can just flip it like that. But in this case, you can, let me see. No, see, you can't, because when you put this down, and then you put this down, it does work. We just have to shift that up a little bit. Okay, so yeah, you're good. So, cut it, flip it. Kosher. All right, and then we're gonna stick this down. Hello, Barb. You don't want to get it that cattywampus. It doesn't have to be perfect, but that's pretty off. Okay, stick this down, and then just kind of adjust it until it fits. I may have just gotten lucky there at the place that I chose on the trimmer to cut it. But sometimes you've got to just use 2 pieces of designer paper. Okay, now I remember. I figured this out a few weeks ago, and let me just start over. So let me start over with the designer paper so I can show you something. So that just worked out because I happened to get this triangle like symmetrical, but let's say you don't. So you're going to need to start with 2 pieces of the same designer paper. Let me see if I've got an extra one in here. And then I'll show you how you can get 2 cards from 1 cut, if this makes any sense. You'll see. Bear with me. Facebook Live is always fun because you get to see my thought process, which can be all over the world sometimes. You're going to cut 5 1/4, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now, and I had the 2 pieces already cut. It was just a few weeks ago that I did that. Now, you're going to stack these onto each other. Exactly. And then we're going to put them in the trimmer together. And we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to tap it here and we're going to tap it here. And I'm going to show you how, why I do it this way versus what I did a minute ago. I'm going to angle it a little bit farther. Now, see, if you just try to flip it like that, in this instance, it doesn't work. But that's why we did 2 sheets, okay? So we can do one this way. Oh, you have to flip the sheets back to back. Forgot. Dang it. One more time. I promise. There's a point here. Facebook Live. Learning. Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to turn this one over. Okay. So this sheet is this way. This sheet is this way. Now we're going to cut at the angle. And you've got 2 perfect cuts that will make 2 cards. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's the only way, because you can't like take this one and just flip it over, because that doesn't work. So you take designer paper, you put them opposite the directions, and then you make your cut. And then at the end you'll have enough to make 1 card base, or 1 card layer and another card layer. Okay. Sorry. 3 sheets of designer paper later, I figured out what to show you guys. All right. So now we have our designer paper, and it's cut perfectly this time. I'm gonna just take this off, and I'm just gonna start over here. All right, we're gonna zip this down. So 3rd time's a charm. Hopefully you had the patience to continue to watch my thought process there. All right, we're gonna stick that down. And then we're gonna stick this down like so. I love this paper. It's just gives me all the national park vibes, which I love. We are possibly going to go on a trip to Yellowstone this summer, so I'm looking forward to that. Never been there. Should be super fun. We've been to the Grand Canyon. Have you ever been to a national park? I'm just curious. Ha, I know, Carol. Just keep watching. Keep watching until that last little part, and then you'll know what to do. 2 designer papers, flip them, cut them. Okay, now we're going to stick this little thing down. Now, I showed you this cute label that was in the dies yesterday. Super cute. You could use it on all cards, not just these cards. But it's the funnest, most fun, funnest. I have any English teachers that can tell me if the funnest is a word. All right, we're going to pop this down about right here. And then, ooh, off today. And then what we're going to do is reach for our designer paper, and we're going to pull out that sheet that I showed you that had all those bits. So remember the die cut sheets that I told you about the other day? If you haven't watched it yet, This designer paper pack comes with, I think it's kind of a bonus. It has a couple sheets less of designer paper, but it has 2 sheets of all these fun die cuts. So if you're a person that just likes to make quick and cute cards and you don't necessarily want to stamp every single thing that you do, then this is for you. We're going to pop out this little Hope Your Day is an Adventure, and we're going to pop out this little cute Volkswagen bus. I had a friend in high school that drove this exact car, except it was like sky blue. It was Tahitian tide, actually, to be exact. Okay, so we're going to, he was retro for sure. I was in high school in the 80s, but he was super cool because he drove that cool bus. All right, and I'm gonna stick a couple, what do you call these? Dimensionals here, then set that down. That's just a little trick I do, just because it's easier to than trying to put the dimensionals in the exact right place on the bus. Hello, Betty. So good to see you. Betty, Kathy, Barb, Carol. Love it. All right. The last thing we're going to do now, I don't think I have enough of the yellow stars. I used the yellow stars on the last ones. Oh, I've got 2, so we'll just do that. I've got 1 yellow star and 1 yellow star. So this card is going to have just 2 instead of 3 stars. How about we pop out one of these Cajun Craze stars? That'll be cool. And you can see the paper also ties in with the other Brew Some Fun that we used the other day. All right, now we're just gonna pop these little stars on. This is how I like to do it. You could use liquid glue, but I love glue dots. I am a lot less messy with them. So, oh, don't stick it on the wrong side. You guys, I'm just full of it today. Luckily that one didn't stick. Put your glue dot. I thought they were colored on both sides, but they're not. Okay. Now we're gonna pop this up. And let's put this over here where it can really be seen. Put this up here. And we will pop this cutie. Let's pop it up underneath that where I made that boo-boo. And pop that underneath there. Every boo-boo becomes an opportunity for concealment. All right, so super quick and easy, no stamping. Remember my trick about the designer paper. Take the 2 sheets opposite, make your cut, and then you've got enough designer paper to make 2 cards. All right, don't forget the door prize form. Check out my blog for all, there's a link to it for all the information about the orders, the starter kit special with the free in-color products, the paper share. Oh, and the birthday card class. The sign up for this ends tomorrow, so you don't want to be left out in the cold and not able to participate in my fun birthday card class for kids and kids at heart. You'll get 8 cards and tons of products to make sweet and quick and cute cards for your friends or your children or your grandkids or whoever that might be. Make sure and sign up for my email list so you can get the PDF instructions. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for our last video.